Good afternoon YouTube, welcome back to the channel and welcome along to what will be my final ride out of 2022. A very early finish to the season for me this year, but there's a couple of reasons for that which I'll explain. Firstly, the tax and the insurance are both up for renewal on this bike now, and there's a very good reason as to why I don't think it's worth renewing them until next year, and that reason is that my wife and I are expecting our baby son to be born any day now, so I really don't see the point in paying out money for insurance and tax when I'm not going to have time to ride the bloody thing. So this video is essentially just me getting out for a last little ride while the weather's still good, but also to explain what I'm going to be doing to this bike over the winter, because there's a couple of things that I have noticed that aren't quite right. So I've done, since I put the bike back on the road at the beginning of the year, I've done 640 miles, which is a little bit less than I was hoping to do this year, but never mind. Life gets in the way and we're all busy and all that. But yeah, there's not really any point in me paying out for more tax and insurance when I'm not going to be using it until next spring at the earliest. So in that time, I'm going to be doing a few little odds and sods that have presented themselves. Firstly, I'm going to repaint the tank. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but the paint job I did on it last year before, has not fared well. It's starting to chip away. You know, some of the paint's starting to come off. It's not looking its best. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to do a professional, or get a professional to actually do it for me and pay the money to have that done. I'm not quite sure yet, or whether I'll just give it another go myself and try and make a better job of it. So there's that needs doing. Secondly, and probably more importantly, I noticed the other day when I was cleaning the bike that the push drive appears to be on its last legs. There's quite a bit of play, which is not ideal, and as a result of that the chain has started to stretch quite badly. So the rear wheel's got to come back off and probably a new push drive put in. You can pack them out, but for the sake of 60 quid I'll probably just bung a new one in there and then readjust the back wheel. Hopefully the chain's not too far gone. It shouldn't be, it was brand new, so I don't really understand why it stretched so much in such a short amount of time. Other little mods that I'm going to do over the winter, I'm going to put some new indicators on the thing. I stuck with the originals because they're bright and you can see them, but the more I look at them now, the more I use the bike, the more I'm disliking them. So probably going to look at doing that. And the windscreen, it's far too windy on this bike, especially at higher speeds. There's no protection from the wind at all, so I'm going to try and look at putting a windscreen on it. So yeah, that's all for a future video, maybe a couple of videos. I know Jordan on the ZZR there's got a few things he wants to do to his as well, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, just enjoying the sunshine today really. Probably the last, or one of the last days of good weather we're going to have this year. Not that it makes any difference for me, but there we are. Kind of in two minds as well as to whether to do everything that I've just mentioned, or whether to just do the thing that I said I'd never do, which is to sell the bike and buy something new next year. I don't know. I quite like the idea of the Z900 or something like that, but we'll see how the pennies fare. Putting a bit of overtime maybe. Not that I'm going to have a lot of time to do any overtime with a new baby just around the corner, but I don't think the wife would be very happy if I say that I'm going to be going out on the bike every spare minute given. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions as to what I should look for a new bike. As I say, I quite like the idea of the Z900. It's a cracking bit of kit by the looks of it, but I'm open to suggestions. I quite like the idea of the Moto Guzzi as well, the V7 Stone, which another one of my mates has got. That's a beautiful bit of kit. Maybe I'll look at one of those. I don't know, but for today, it's just a short little blat on the bike. Just while the insurance is still valid and before the tax runs out. The clutch cable on this one does need rerouting as well. I made a piss poor job of putting that in when I put it on originally. It's one of the reasons why the paint on the tank has started to come away, because it rubs against the front of the tank. So yeah, amateur mistake from me there. Really sure there's anything else I really need to do to it. It's as a shakedown year goes, which is what this has been really for this this bike this year, being its first season since being rebuilt. There's nothing really else that's sort of presented itself. I say the only things really is the cush drive, the chain, which I kind of need to make a few adjustments to, and the tank. Everything else has sort of behaved really well. I've had no coolant leaks, no more fuel leaks, which is always nice. It's always a bit worrying when you put something back together yourself. But no, everything else has performed brilliantly. Why have you brought us this way? We are sat in traffic in a village. Not exactly exploring the limits of grip here, are we? God, these roads are rough. We do have some properly crap roads around here. More potholes than anything else, I think. Shaken to pieces. Lovely scenery though, look at that. Look at that. Already in top gear, brilliant. Maybe that's another mod I should do. I'm forever doing that, trying to change up to 6th when I'm already in 6th. Maybe get a little gear indicator for on the bars there, maybe. It's always quite a sad day when you park the bike up for the, well, not the winter because it's still summer, but when you know it's going to be your last ride of the year, it's always quite a somber day. I do like being out on the bike. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me on the back of the bike, as I said, this year. So thank you very much for watching, and I will probably see you next time, or you'll see me next time, stood in the shed of shit, or knelt in the shed of shit, in the shed of shit even, taking some bolts off of the thing. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.